Ay.
Who made the beat?
Go.
Apollo, huh?
Ay. I'm on the road with a load. Blowing up a Scotty, got my eyes getting low. Big nickel on me, 2 slugs, fat like a oos. And I'm finna pull four. I just scored on some juice.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Apollo Jetson. I'm back again with another video. Today's video, we got Pimp Tobi, YellowTape, featuring Daboii. So I'm in FL Studio 20 right now. I'm about to show y'all the behind the beat. So with the first track, I started off the beat with the bass line. Simple bass. And if you notice, all the velocities aren't the same. I'm pretty sure I played this one and then I quantized it. Quantized everything. They're not all the way up in the velocity, they're just all different levels. And for this, I'll give you guys the bass sound. I got this out of Trillion, Attitude MS-20 Square. Trillion's a good bass program. I use that sometimes. I don't use it all the time though. So after I got that bass, just started adding drums because I wanted this beat to be all around the bass. The bass was the basis of the beat, no pun intended. So after that, I just added the clap. It's a regular trap clap. Regular. Then I added this snare. So it's all a rhythm. It's kind of a pattern. It's going like that. Then it's coming back to the same one that the first one was. Then I added a slight variation at the end with just changing this note from here to here. And that's just a regular like trap clap or whatever. I mean snare. That's just like a regular trap snare. I call these the middle snares because they're just dancing in the pockets. So after I added that, I found that I could put a hi-hat in there in the pocket where the snares weren't. And that's just simple, good, nice, crispy hi-hat. And if you notice, this is all the same pattern. Just a slight variation right there. See, it's all in the pocket. If you notice my drum, each thing is working in its own groove. It's bouncing off each other. That's the main thing. And that's just like the little ender flare. After that, I added a rim in another pocket, and some of them is hidden where the snare is hidden. See? It's a good bounce. After that, I added a little trap chant, a little Lex Luger joint at the end of the pocket. It just make you bounce. And then that's just the intro. Then we got when the actual rapping starts. We got this section. And all I did was drop the kick in. It's basically hidden where the bass notes are. All the velocities turned up so it hits hard. It's literally in the same spots as the bass. Just the kick. And I just used the rack kick from Lex Luger. I got a drop cymbal just to let you know the verse starts. And then I got this whistle sound. Out of a synth. This synth right here is Diva. It's made by UHE. It's a good good synth. So I just made the whistle with that. And you guys want to solo your music. Mute all your drums and solo your music. Make sure all your music sounds good before you add drums. And it helps if they bounce off each other too. Like if it feels like you got a groove before you even make the drums. And that just loops back. The next part is the last 4 bars. It's like a transitional part. I got hits. That's just out of Expand, a brassy hit. You can find those in Expand. Just hitting in that spot. And I got this transitional piano right here to go into the, it goes into the B section. So together it sounds like this. Sounds good, man. You know, it all gotta sound good. Just trust your ears. So with the drums, I just took out the clap, basically most of the drums except for the kick, and I left the chant. There's a riser right here going into to let you know it's transitioning into the next section, and it goes into a cymbal. Transition. And me taking out the drums right there just makes it a little more dramatic, because if it was still there, it would still transition, but it wouldn't be as dramatic. So that's what the taking out the drums part is for. So the next section is the B section, and I said to myself, right here, this is cool, this is the meat and potatoes, but I wanted to switch it up. I didn't want it to be the same beat the whole way. So the first thing I did, and this beat is in F minor. So I know that this beat is in F minor, so I just decided to make a chord progression. So I started with this. So I started with that. That's a guitar from Nexus. From the guitars pack, FM guitar. It's a good pack, man. I love this pack from Nexus. The next thing I did was add the synth. Hive is a good. I got a lot of UHE stuff. This is Hive too. So that's just that. So that's that. Then we got the 808, which is basically doing the same movement the bass is, but just a little more simple. And I got a glide up here. To do a glide, you just double click your note in FL Studio and hit this right here and hit accept. And you just put the glide up a couple octaves up and you put it where you want it to end. Because if I extend it, it's going to end slower. So I did it quick. Just a little quick glide. I love glides. I don't overuse them though. So together the B part section music sounds like this. And this sort of sounds like transitioning. So, as far as structuring goes, because I know a lot of people struggle with it structuring, I try to make my hooks 8 bars. Well, yeah, I make my hooks 8 bars, and I make my verses either 8, 12, or 16, depending on what type of beat it is and what I'm feeling. For this one, I did 12. So this is the verse section right here. Technically, this would be the hook section that I made. Another verse, kind of like a ender thing going here, and the outro. This is really an outro, that whole part right there. So, and from there, a rapper, when he's in the studio, the engineer can chop up the beat. You just make sure you have the tempo labeled. As far as mixing goes, I didn't really do too much. I added some reverb to the hi-hats and I think the snare. So that's pretty much what I did. And it's only 1% wet. It's not even a lot of reverb. I don't even know. It's not even really doing nothing. The clap has 5% wet. I just have it. Just sounds good. Without it, this is what it sounds like. It's a little drier, so I added it, made it a little wet. I'll do this. That's all I love for this. The snare even sounds a little dry too, without the reverb. It's not really much going on in here. I didn't even EQ nothing. We didn't really do nothing. The only thing that's EQ'd is the guitar. I'll check out some bass. So you guys, that's it for the Pimp Tobi YellowTape featuring Daboii behind the beat. Yeah, we got 15 tracks in this whole beat. That's it. It's simple. As far as mastering goes, I didn't really do nothing special. I didn't even add nothing. There's really nothing on here. I guess I had ozone, but I didn't use it. So I just made sure I turned the beat down so it wasn't distorted. But it's still kind of distorting, but whatever. So yeah, that's it for the behind the beat. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Hit me up on Instagram, Twitter, Apollo Jetson KND. I'm responding to anybody that has any questions. You guys let me know in the comment section below if you like this video and you want to see more behind the beats. What songs you want to see behind the beats for. Any content that y'all want to see from me in the future. Make sure you guys go like this video. Subscribe to my channel. Go follow me on Instagram and Twitter. And I appreciate you guys' support. Apollo Jetson, signing out this motherfucker. Peace.